we're going to continue with chapter 25, and we're going to look at the NPV value. This is called the net present value method and the index. And this is going to look at capital investment proposals using the net present value. So basically, how much is it going to cost me? How much am I going to get from it? And what is it worth today? That's basically what we're asking ourselves here. It's called the NPV method. It's also called the discounted cash flow. And so we're going to also talk about the interest rate, because that's very important, because we're going to use our charts. Okay? And so here's the big question for you. If the present value of the cash inflows, this is the money we're going to get over a period of time, equals or is greater than the amount you invest, the proposal should be done. If it's less than, you should not do it. It's as simple as that. So here's what we're looking at. We're thinking about buying a new piece of equipment. It's going to cost me $200,000. I'll be able to use this over 5 years. And my company's minimum rate of return is a 10% rate of return. And here are my cash flows that I will be getting for each year. So notice that they're not all equal. I've got to put out $200,000, but each year I'm going to get this amount of money. So we're going to look at the net present value of the $260,000. In other words, what is that worth today? And if that value is more than $200,000, then we should actually do it. So here we have a little chart here. Over here I have the years. These are going to be the multipliers. Now we are doing the present value of $1, not the annuity. And this we're using 10%. And this we're going to multiply it times the net cash flow. Be careful, do not multiply it times the net income. It's multiplied times the net cash flow. So these numbers right here, I'm going to skip ahead to show you the chart. Oops, I don't think they have the chart's not here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, so if we were looking at the chart we had looked at a minute ago, these numbers would be under the 10% column for year 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to multiply across. So year 1, I'm going to get $70,000 in year 1, but the present value is this. So really, today, it's only worth $63,630. But I'm going to get $70,000 in year 1. In year 2, I'm going to get $60,000. But when I do the multiplier, it's only going to be worth this. You know what? Hold on, guys. Take a look at these numbers right here. I'm going to show you the chart. Hold on one second. Okay, so notice, here's the chart. I'm on present value $1. Here's my, oops, hold on. Let me get my little, I'm at 10%, and here are my years. So here are my multipliers that I'm using. So I'm going to use these multipliers, and we're going to go back and apply them to what we were just looking at. Okay, so here we're back. And so as I multiply across, when I'm done, now we know it's going to be $260,000 cash flow coming in over 5 years, but the present value of that $260,000 that I'm going to get over the next 5 years, today it's only worth $202,900. Then I subtract how much I'm going to invest, and it has a positive NPV. When it's positive, you should accept the proposal. That's the key question. Okay? So this is going to be the NPV, and you're using the chart called the present value of $1. This is just kind of a little shortcut look at it. Okay? And so basically, like I said, it's going to give me a positive 2,900, so I should do it. I'm meeting my 10%. As with any method, we're going to look at advantages and disadvantages. So here are the advantages of this. It looks at the cash flow of the investment, and it looks at the time value of money. Extremely important advantages. Now, here's another advantage that I want to talk about, because it's going to be on my next slide. If I've got multiple projects with all the same amount of time frame, I'm going to index them. I'm going to assign an index to them, and I'm going to choose it by the present value index. So these are all advantages to the NPV method. Here's the disadvantages. It's complicated. It's hard for some people actually to calculate it. So it might be difficult. So let's go talk about the present value index. This is when I'm looking at multiple proposals. Okay, so here's my formula for the present value index. This is when I only have so much money to spend, and I want to figure out which is my best investment. So the total present value of net cash flows divided by the amount to be invested. So if we use this formula for the one we just looked at, my index number is 1.0145. So anything over 1 is positive and it's good. When your present value index is under 1, that's not good. It means that it's negative and that you are actually not going to be making money. Okay? So when you have multiple projects, you actually want to calculate present value index. So I'm going to show you an example how I'm going to use present value index here on the next slide. I have 3 separate proposals, A, B, and C. So this is my total present value. This is the present value of net cash flows. So this is the money I'm going to get in the future. What is it worth today? Here's what I'm investing on each one. And so here's my NPV for each one. So I have 3 proposals. The question is right away, which one should I choose? Well, right away, if you just looked here, you would say probably not this one because it's negative. Okay? But wait, what about these two? Just looking at this number, you would probably say, well, choose proposal A. But wait, when we do the present value index for each proposal, look at the different numbers we get. So for B, I actually got a higher index than I did for A. But yet up here, A is showing a higher present value. So in reality, you would really want to do proposal number B. It's actually the most desirable. So like I said, when you're evaluating multiple proposals, don't just go by the NPV, use the index. Okay, and then this concludes present value, the net present value. The next video that I'm going to put up will be called Internal Rate of Return Method, or the IRR.